The potato didn't look impressive. It sat in the center of the nursery table, brown and lumpy, faintly dusty from the hydro-based soil. The alien cubs of Denari Station gathered around it with wide, curious eyes, 6 pairs of eyes from 6 very different species, all born under different suns, all united by one question. How could something so small change anything? Lil Roo clicked his mandibles softly. "Human caregiver Lena?" he asked, tilting his translucent head. "Is this object broken?" Lena smiled. She had been smiling a lot lately. "No," she said gently. "It's a potato." The cubs repeated the word in their own way, spata bratato krakkutu, as if speaking it correctly might reveal its secret power. Like on Earth, Lena had never thought much about potatoes. They were just food. Cheap, reliable, ordinary. But out here, at the edge of known space, among cubs who had never seen soil from a death world like Earth, the potato had become something else. A lesson. A promise. Just 2 cycles earlier, Denari Station had suffered a supply failure. A minor one, the administrators called it. But to growing cubs, temporary felt like forever. Protein gels were cut, nutrient crystals thinned. To cubs didn't he? Complaining loudly, but Lena saw it. The drooped tails, the slower play, the less frequent laughter. She remembered stories her grandmother used to tell her about wars and winters, about families surviving on potatoes alone for weeks, about how humans learned to coax life from dirt, no matter how harsh the world became. That night, Lena filed a request, 1 agricultural crate. Old Terran crop, low priority. Potatoes. The station AI questioned her logic 17 times, but the potato arrived anyway. It grows. From nothing, Lena carefully sliced the potato in half. Gasps echoed around the table. "Human Lena," chirped Kiki, the feathered cub. "You are injuring the food." Lena laughed softly. "No, I'm helping it." She pointed to the small dimples along the potato skin. "These are called ice," she said. "Each one can grow a new plant." The cubs leaned in closer. "One object. Many lives," murmured Town, the stone-skinned cub whose people reproduced only once every decade. "Yes," Lena replied, "if you care for it." She placed the potato halves into shallow soil trays under the grow lights. "We'll water it. Wait. Protect it." Days passed. The cubs visited the hydro bay every morning. At first, it was just dirt, damp, and quiet. Kiki lost interest, complaining that it didn't sing. Tal noted that it didn't move, but Roo stayed. Every day, he clicked softly to the soil, a habit from his hive world. On the 7th day, a tiny green shoot appeared. Roo screamed, not in fear, but in pure joy. "It lives," he cried. "The dirt lives." News of the human growing food from dirt spread. The station council summoned Lena. "This method is inefficient," said Overseer Cadran. "Hydrogels produce faster yields." "Yes," Lena agreed calmly. "But gels fail when systems fail. And this? Potato." Another counselor asked skeptically, "It is primitive." "So are humans," Lena said, without offense. "That's why we last." The chamber fell silent. "A potato doesn't need perfect conditions," she continued. "It doesn't panic when the lights flicker. It adapts. It waits. It feeds others even after being cut apart. It's not just food," she said. "It's a survival philosophy." The council dismissed her, but they didn't stop her. 3 cycles later, harvest day arrived. The cubs practically vibrated with excitement. Lena loosened the soil, and small, round shapes tumbled free. More than a dozen potatoes. "From one," Talon whispered. "Many," Lena finished. They cooked them, simple steamed, with no seasoning. The cubs sat together, each holding a warm piece. Roo took the first bite. His eyes widened. "It tastes." He struggled to find the word. "Like comfort," Lena said. Yes, Rue clicked, like safety. That night, Denari Station's power grid failed again. This time, the cubs didn't panic. They had light sticks, warm blankets, and full stomachs. Rue held his potato sprout close as emergency lights flickered on. Human Lena? He asked. Is this why humans help others? Because you remember hunger? Lena nodded slowly. Yes, she said. And because we know it can come back. She looked at the alien cubs. So fragile and so hopeful. And because, when we grow something together, she added, we become harder to break. The official report was brief. Terran crop trial. Result. Unexpected morale improvement. Recommendation. Further study. But among the cubs, a different record spread. A story. About a human who brought dirt into space. About a strange brown food that multiplied when shared. About patience, care, and quiet strength. And somewhere deep in the station's hut, new potato plants took root waiting, as humans always had, for the next hard season. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.